All right, so now we're going to talk about once you get the tag on your site, what can you expect to start coming through into Google Analytics? Now, when you create your data stream, you'll see this, right? We will see this view, which we've seen before. And you can see that by default, enhanced measurement is turned on, which is exactly what we want, because it is going to start collecting a bunch of events and parameters for us. If we click this little gear button here, we'll see all of the different events and when they are captured, and we have the option to turn them on or off. So page view obviously is what we want set first and foremost, and we can't change whether or not that gets set anyway, so it will be on by default. You can also come in here and determine whether or not you would like to have a page view based on browser history changes. So this is things like when you have a single page application, first and foremost, that's exactly what's going to need to be turned on in order for you to even collect page views to begin with. This is going to be your saving grace there, but it's also sometimes you see history events when a hash and then like a hash and then a string is added to the end of a page to signify like going to a new page, which it might just be like they added a thank you message or something like that. So most of the time this is turned on, and I would say to keep it turned on. There are very few instances in which you wouldn't want that to be the case. But yeah, if you see problems and you feel like your page views are overly inflated, this might be the cause of that. So it's good to know that this is here. Scroll tracking is on, outbound clicks are on. So you're going to see events come through just that are called click. So beware that these are outbound clicks, so clicks off of your domain. A big warning here is that you want to make sure that you have cross-domain tracking set up in case you have other pages that you're sending people to that you don't want to be considered outbound clicks, right? So if you have certain lead pages, maybe you have a course somewhere, you don't want it to be considered an outbound click to somewhere off your site or your properties. You want to make sure you have that set up. You have site search will automatically be collected. It's based off of 5 different query strings, so you can see they're right here. So you have QS, search, query, and keyword. If one of those things show up in the URL, then Google will consider it a site search and will grab that keyword for you or that query for you and report on it. It will also tell you how many times that happens, where it happens, etc. You have form interactions. Now, these you might keep off, you might turn on. I know there's some issues with Meta. For some reason, their pixel can fire form interactions. There are ways around that. But for most people, this will capture when a form is interacted with, and then when it's submitted. I highly suggest if you turn this on to debug the crap out of it. Make sure you test it a lot of times and that it's not collecting any sort of form submissions that it shouldn't be collecting. Otherwise, you can really mess up your data there. Video engagement. Now, this is important. The JavaScript API has to be enabled. So sometimes when you embed YouTube videos on your site, it's not. So that's just something to be aware of. This is specifically for YouTube embeds, but it is really looking for this JavaScript API. So sometimes it doesn't work. If it's not, this is the first thing I would check. And then file downloads. So these are any link clicks that are connected to a common extension, so like .pdf, .mov, .mp3, .mp4, right? All of those things will be collected here. Now, there is documentation around this, so not only are those events collected out of the box, right, but we're also getting all these parameters. So page location, page refer, we get link classes, domains, URL. We get the search query, obviously, which is really nice. These are the things that come with the video engagement. We get the file names and the file extension, and we get form ID, form name, form destination if you have all of those things set up in your code. So all of those things could be collected if it's easily detected in the back end of your site. And you don't have to do any extra setup, right? These are the things that are just automatically going to be collected. You can also see these things are automatically collected. So you'll see in this documentation under the event, it will tell you if it's an app or a web event. So in this case, we're just looking at web. So here's your click. Again, this says away from your current domain, and it will tell you this is enhanced measurement. So all of the things that we see in here for the most part are going to be enhanced measurement, but you'll see like first visit. So essentially when a new user comes to the site, you'll get a first visit event. And when let's see, that's enhanced measurement, that's enhanced measurement. Session start, so the a session is going to be called session start. Then you get user engagement, so when the app is in the foreground or in focus for at least a second, that is automatically collected. And then you have these video things that were all, and view search results that were all enhanced measurement. So essentially when you set up, you're going to have all the automatically collected events and all of those form or enhanced measurement events that can be found on this page right here. And there will be, that link will be in the description below this video, and it's all handled right here. So again, really important to know that you can turn these things on and off. There are different settings that can be brought alongside of those, and then to see if they're flowing through, you just go and check your events to see what events are going to be in here. So this account doesn't have any events because it's just a demo account. Let's see, you'll see them all start to come through right here. That's how you can check all of your events are working. So next we'll talk about how to create your own custom events and how to see those come through as well.